a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here. And we have a great lineup as usual. Captain Will Smith in the house. We're going to be talking with him about the latest failures in the aviation industry and what's driving those failures. We have Jared Parker as well, Regional Economic Consulting. He's an economist. We're going to have an economist on the show talking about the economy and things happening here locally in Tampa Bay as well. We want to invite you to our next event. Every third Thursday now we're doing what we call a gratitude party, business networking mixer. You're all invited, all of our audience, our show partners, real estate team, radio personalities will be there as well. Save the date. It's the 21st, coming up next week on Thursday, March 21st. That is going to be 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on over at Brio Tuscan Grill, by the way. It's at the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza Mall. Excellent food, wonderful time to come out and fellowship, have some great networking there, make some connections, meet some people. We're going to be providing the food. The food is going to be provided, and they do have a cash bar there as well, of course. And this is at the International Plaza Mall, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard, Brio Tuscan Grill. Come out for our happy hour and gratitude party on the third Thursday of the month over at Brio right here in Tampa Bay. Hope to see you there. And by the way, Brio has great food, excellent food, wonderful ambiance, great restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we always like to feature our listings live on air, and we've got a beautiful beachfront property here, 18522 Gulf Boulevard, Unit F, Indian Shores. This is Pinellas County. Beautiful, beautiful property here. Great opportunity to own your own beach rental as well. Only the HOA fee is only $250 per month. Super low HOA for a $1 million listing. This is just over $1 million listing of ours. 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,000 square feet, beachfront condo, Indian Shores, private parking, private pool, community pool, that is. Beautiful property here. 18522 Gulf Boulevard, Unit F, Indian Shores. And yes, you can short-term rent this property out. Could be a cash cow investment for you on the Gulf of Mexico. Beautiful property there from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we also do commercial real estate as well. I want to let you know about the commercial properties that we will list and sell for our clients. And we've got a property here at 8333 New York Avenue in Hudson. This is a commercial property, great opportunity. It's kind of a mixed use here. You've got residential income coming in. This property is kicking off about $3,300 a month in generation of income. 1.5 acres, zoning a C3, 8333 New York Avenue in Hudson. 3 different structures there, residential buildings and a warehouse. And you can see all of our listings at platinumcoastalelite.com. Check out platinumcoastalelite.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, Captain Will Smith, welcome back in, sir.
How you doing, man?
Excellent, blessed and highly favored, my friend.
Excellent.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot going on in the aviation industry, and, you know, we had a really fun time. It's been a little while since we talked on air, though, but we had a fun time taking that $100 cheeseburger trip.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun, yeah. Safest way of travel now is private aviation. I call it the fruitcake failures that was going on in the commercial industry, as you've seen. So it's there's a lot of things that are coming to fruition. I know I've sent you some articles. You know, every time I see it, I was like, yep, I was right again, Brandon. Mm-hmm. But it's getting kind of crazy out there.
It really is. The whole diversity, you know, hiring spree by the left is causing a lot of problems, not only in the aviation industry, but others. And you look at, you know, if you boil it down, it's basically just straight up racism.
Yeah,
it really
it
is. It's, you know, hey, here's, you know, we got to hire based on color of skin, something that someone can't change. You can't change the color of your skin that you're born with.
Right.
And we had a funny joke, David, in the room earlier. We were talking about the persecution of our president, and I said, you know what? I'm starting to think more and more about this race thing. It's based on color, and it's orange. They don't like the orange man either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? The orange man.
It's like they want to push Whitey out of the picture, you know. So.
They do. They really do. Yeah. So I got a clip I'm going to play. We'll jump right into this whole Boeing. Boeing's having some major issues right now, along with some of the other major carriers.
An audit by the Federal Aviation Administration finds dozens of problems with Boeing planes. Meanwhile, the former quality control manager who first blew the whistle on unsafe practices at the company has been found dead of apparent suicide.
Well, we'll probably all remember that this audit was launched in the wake of a 737 losing its door plug during an Alaska Airlines flight from Portland, Oregon to Ontario, California. Well, after 6 weeks of audits in 89 sections, Boeing failed 33. Regulators identified 97 instances of failure to comply with best practices that the company itself had set for its manufacturing process for those 737 MAX jets.
You got wheels falling off. You got mechanics or techs using Dawn Ivory or dish soap to lubricate things.
I just don't get it because that's just not how it's getting insane. Because they're not hiring people by merit or skill set.
Right.
They're just hiring if a dude comes to an interview and he's dressed in a skirt. Oh, you're hired. Well, what about your skill set? How long have you been doing this?
Right.
And this is what happens. As I said, when you start doing that DEI stuff, what's going to happen? All the experienced people are gone. Yeah. Now you have a bunch of fruitcakes running everything.
Yeah.
And when you do that, flying airplanes and assembling aircraft, these things are going to happen. They just had a United aircraft. The pilots taxied off the runway into the grass and collapsed the gear.
Wow.
That's just inexperienced stupidity.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And it
Did
keeps
they fall asleep? A couple people, pilots fall asleep in that cockpit too?
Yeah, they fell asleep and went past the airport. Well, the plane was on autopilot for 30 minutes. They had to turn around, come back, and land.
Unbelievable.
It's just but they're not getting punished for that. They're like, oh, that's okay. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and it's unfortunate that it's really scary on the commercial level. I mean, I'm up there flying around with the inexperienced ATC controllers.
Right.
That's what scares me.
ATC?
Air traffic controllers. Mm-hmm. And they have like Jackson right now, Jackson Center or Jacksonville Center, which is pretty much most of the southeast and all of Florida down to Tampa, and then it goes over to Miami Center. Well, these two centers, they have so many inexperienced controllers and lack of controllers that now they're having 20-mile flow issues to where they're getting edicts. And an edict is a further departure clearance time, to where you might be scheduled for a 3 o'clock departure on Southwest Airlines. However, you'll sit on that plane for an hour and a half because they don't have enough experienced controllers that can handle that flow of traffic. Wow. The airways get saturated. And then they want to blame it on weather.
Right. That's what
and it's a perfectly clear sky, and we have weather delays. No, they don't. They're lying to the American people. Weather has nothing to do with it. It's inexperience in the controllers and lack of controllers.
Wow, it's unbelievable. We're talking with Captain Will Smith here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Will Smith Aviation. You can check him out online. Also, check out his Instagram. Let's plug the website, too. I know you got a brand new website up there, a revamped website, willsmithaviation.com.
Yep.
WillSmithAviation.com. Check them out online. You can also reach out to the show hotline if you're thinking about a private flight, maybe something to the Bahamas, the Key West, anywhere in the Southeast region, and beyond, I believe, as well. You can reach out to the show hotline, 727-263-3707. Call or text if you'd like more information from Captain Will Smith, our airline industry expert contributor, longtime friend of the show as well. Going on 9 or 10 years now. 727-263-3707. Call the hotline as well. And Captain Will Smith here in studio. So, let's talk a little bit about what you're doing also, because you're outside of just the private pilots, you're helping with consulting too. Let's say somebody's looking to buy a plane. You can help them with that process. Yeah,
so the market right now, I don't know if you've realized over the COVID times that more and more people are flying private because they didn't want to go commercial. Just for they didn't want to buy around other people and scared that they might get sick. So with that increase in private air travel, planes and jets doubled. So if you had bought an aircraft for $4 million, for an example, in 2019, well, in 2022, it was worth $8 million.
Wow.
That's double the investment. Well, it's peaked, so now it's coming back down. And now is a great time for people to get back to that 2019 and get an aircraft that's nice and doesn't cost doesn't cost as much as you would have bought it back in 2021, 2022. Yeah. So I help with that in that transition, and a lot of people going in to buy this. And another great thing about it, because the idiot in chief up in D.C., he reinstituted one of Trump's depreciation to 100% of the aircraft. It was falling off, and he wasn't going to renew it. But I guess all his little cronies, all the leftists that own planes, went to him and said, hey, we can't get this depreciation. We can't get this tax discount. The same one Trump uses all the time. So he reinstitutes an old Trump policy, which you can get 100% now depreciation off the aircraft. And then the airplane is the only asset that you can depreciate up to 100%.
Wow.
So that's something good for the buyer. So I just kind of walk them through that process where they're investing their money. They can appreciate that over a 4-year period. And then we, in return, because of the charter company, we can help offset that operational cost by having allowing their plane to be on our charter company. So when they're not using it, that asset is actually making them money. So they're like, it's kind of like they're double dipping. They're getting depreciation, the full 100% depreciation, and they're getting a return on their investment at the same time.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting, man. That's good stuff. It's a great opportunity out there to fly, private. And then you also have a lot of cool stuff happening with another fellow show partner and expert contributor, radio personality, Michael Johnson with Denison Yachting.
Oh, yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. You guys did some cool stuff.
Yeah, so we did something really, really awesome. And I tell everybody, they ask what makes Will Smith Aviation different from all the other charter companies. And I tell them we live, love, and play here in Tampa Bay, right? So I've created a charter company just for Tampa Bay residents. I don't advertise outside of the Tampa Bay market. So it's an opportunity for if you live in Tampa Bay and you want direct flights, that's where the whole Tampa Direct thing came from, is we'll fly you direct Tampa to wherever you want to go. And a lot of commercial airlines don't go to some of the locations that we go to. And if they do go there, you're spending 8 or 9 hours trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, or you're flying to Atlanta to go down to Key West.
Exactly.
Or something
ridiculous. And it's crazy. But out of Tampa Bay, with Denison Yachts, what we did was we piled everybody on a nice Phenom 300. And we took a filming crew out there, and we were on a 115-foot tri-hull super yacht, which was amazing. It had 4 staterooms on the second floor. Third floor had the master suite, so there's 5 staterooms, which obviously 2 people per stateroom. That's 10 people. Had a full galley. It was an amazing adventure. And it's something that we're creating with working with Denison Yachts. So when you get one of these packages, most charters, when you charter a yacht, you're doing it for like 10 days to 2 weeks, somewhere in that. And it gets expensive. It can be over, $150,000 to do that. Well, they have a great idea that they're now working with, that most people that are working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, don't have time to take 2 weeks off and spend that type of money. In order to make that type of income, you're working 6 or 7 days a week. So we got together and said, hey, why don't we create a package? You can jump on your private jet here out of Tampa, fly to a private yacht down in Nassau or Bimini, north of Eleuthera, and do a 3-day excursion. And we package that all up to where it's literally from your doorstep to the yacht. And we take care of everything. We take care of the ground transportation, the catering. Everything is all-inclusive with these packages. And we had a blast. We were on another gentleman that owned, out of South Africa, Peter, I believe his name was. He is retired, and the last catamaran that his company built down there was for him. And this was an 80-foot cat. And it's called Sky. And if you look up Michael Johnson with Denison Yachts, you can see these yachts out there that are for sale. And this was a beautiful catamaran. And we went out on that and jumped around in the crystal blue waters of Nassau, and we just had a blast. But we're bringing more and more opportunity for this to Tampa Bay. So, yes, Tampa Bay, you do have your own private charter exclusively with Will Smith Aviation because it's just for you and no one else.
Awesome. I love it. Online at willsmithaviation.com. Also Instagram as well. What's the handle?
I think it's Capt, or it's at Will Smith Aviation on Instagram, or at Captain Will Smith.
Okay. Will Smith Aviation. All right. Good stuff. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about, I got a clip from Anna Paulina Luna, our local congresswoman, talking about the whole TikTok situation, the potential ban on TikTok, how they voted, why they voted, and she did consult with X on that, formerly known as Twitter, coming up here on the show, Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes1, at CQB Show on most of the sites, as well as YouTube.com. Subscribe to our channel on Rumble. Also, we'll be right back here. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
I want to give a special thanks to Satellite Phone Store. They just hooked me up with this beautiful satellite phone, and it's a gorgeous phone. It's a great device. It's a safety device as well. Think about it. If you're out on the boat 40, 50 miles out, maybe you're going hunting or you're going hiking in the woods somewhere, you run out of cell phone service, or who knows, maybe a possible terrorist attack. It's not like our politicians aren't entrenched in all this stuff going on overseas, all over the place, all over the world. Could be a terrorist attack. They could attack the power grid. They could attack the cell phones. Who knows what they're going to attack next. Sat123.com/REQB. Sat for satellite, sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, and we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. In studio with Captain Will Smith. More coming up there, as well as a word from Anna Paulina Luna, local congresswoman here in the Tampa Bay market. Want to talk about a couple of hot listings. 5930 River Road, Newport Richey. I love this listing. It's right on the water. Another one of our waterfront properties. We have about a dozen or so beautiful waterfront homes available for purchase in Tampa Bay, one of the hottest real estate markets in the entire country. This one on River Road, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath. You have almost 2,000 square feet heated living, over half-acre lot, and you have 80 feet of frontage on the Cody River, access to the Gulf of Mexico. Too many upgrades to list here on the show, but it's a great property. You should check it out on our website, platinumcoastalelite.com. platinumcoastalelite.com. 5930 River Road, Newport Richey, another one of our hot real estate listings. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. 9423 Blackthorn Loop. This is an opportunity for you to buy a discounted property. We have a unrepaired sinkhole home, but it would be an opportunity for you to take a look at an investment opportunity and then potentially have it repaired on your own. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2 car garage, 1824 square feet. This is a property that's close to Tampa International Airport, world-class golf courses, medical facilities nearby as well. Blackthorn Loop, Land O'Lakes, another one of our real estate listings. You can see all of our properties at platinumcoastalelite.com.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
All right, so social media is a big topic in the news this week. We have the latest coming out. I was going to play this clip here. Going to play this clip about TikTok with local Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna weighing in on another podcast.
So what we're seeing is TikTok is not just a free speech platform. This is actually a military tool being used by the CCP. Now, I know that there were some people that voted in opposition against it because of how it was done. You know, the House did suspend the rules, and we did not have an opportunity to amend it as written. However, I will preface this that I did meet with X this morning to ensure that platforms like X would not be impacted by this legislation. And so I feel that it's in a good spot. Look, the CCP is not out there to be our friends. They're trying to hurt us. They are using these social medias in order to dragnet our information. And honestly, Steve, in the event that there is a hypothetical cyber attack, let's say in the future, could a tool like this be used to anticipate our military offensives? And I absolutely believe so. So that's why I voted for that.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, that's a big deal right now. I'm kind of torn on this, too, because when I look at President Trump, Elon Musk, Representative, I think it was Todd Massey, a couple of senators are saying they're against it because I think in the language, and it's how the government works, right? They'll come out with like the Patriot Act after 9/11,
right? And
now they're spying on citizens versus just spying on terrorists. But it said something in the language about any type of foreign, potentially websites, et cetera, not just this one app. They're trying to throw a blanket there so it can cover more things.
Correct.
Have you followed this, or what's your thoughts?
I've been listening to it. I do most of my social media is through IG. and LinkedIn because like this professional setting. Yeah. I really thought TikTok was for a bunch of little kids that were taking pictures and videos of themselves doing whatever they little kids do exactly and having fun with it. Then I started hearing more and more about the CCP being involved and trying to brainwash our kids and gather information against us and create databases and all this other crap. And it's just they're already buying up property in the state, and now they're going through channels like TikTok to get more information. And this is going to manifest into something a lot larger if we don't stop it now.
Yeah, and they can coordinate. They're using these apps to coordinate. They're using it to get. You can see a prime example right now with the Israel war, the war in Israel, and the terrible attack by Hamas and what happened over there. It's crazy. So they're using that to propagandize some of these younger voters and these younger people that are just straight up ignorant, especially the LGBT plus crowd. They want to say, "Oh, free Palestine." If they were to be dropped off in Palestine, they would last 30 seconds over there.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what they're. These LGBTQ people. They're mentally disturbed. It's a mental illness. There's something wrong with them. All right, because normal people don't act like that.
Right.
And with their beliefs, Hamas's beliefs, and they would be throwing them off of buildings.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there cheering on the very people that want to euthanize them.
Yeah.
But and that's just the insanity. This shows you how stupid people are, and they're just being led like sheep off a cliff.
That's right.
And they're like, okay, let's follow along. And I have to sit back and laugh.
Yeah.
I really do, and watch them jump around the street, act like a bunch of buffoons.
Yeah,
it makes you wonder, where's this country's going right now?
It's going in the wrong direction, that's for sure. That you see all those polling where it says right direction, wrong direction. You see all this polling, so that's why it's setting up to be, a landslide potentially. And you never really want to say that, but for common sense, for people that love America, for people that respect free speech, people that respect freedom, it looks like it's going to be another, Trump potential landslide here, but. We'll see. We'll see what kind of election year drama plays out. We'll see what kind of censorship plays out with, who the big tech boys and all those players. Captain Will Smith in studio, willsmithaviation.com. Check him out online. Final thoughts, Will?
Well, I think we all need to pull together as Americans. We have a big election year this year, and we got to get these psycho liberals out of this country.
Right on.
I mean, we really need to.
Yeah.
And all the ones who are saying, if Trump gets elected, I'll leave, I'll help you pack your bags and get the heck out of my free America.
Free flight from Captain Will Smith?
Absolutely. I'll fly them all free to get them out of this country.
Get them down.
Because they're nothing but a cancer, man. They're
really
a cancer eating away at our country, trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do with our children, but it's just enough is enough. Yeah. And it's time to get these wacko liberals out of here.
And the rhinos, too. The rhinos that talk a good game but don't do anything. I'm so sick of the lack of enforcement. And so, what does it take to get impeached these days? They impeached Trump twice. And final thought, give me some more local about Captain Will Smith here. We got about 45 seconds.
Well, if you want to join our Tampa Direct, just give us a call, look us up, go to willsmithaviation.com. We've redid our website, so you can actually go on there now and pick your destination and find out an estimate of what it's going to cost. Our staff will get back with you immediately. We're here to make the traveling safe, number one, and affordable. And enjoyable, and that's what it's all about. With what's going on with the airlines right now, no wonder people are scared. But give us a call. We are an option. We can get you where you need to go, quick, safe, and efficiently.
Yeah, absolutely. Support the local economy, support the good guys, support people that love the country, and that's what we've assembled here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. All of the best, 80 different categories, consumer advocates, people that want to help you win, people that don't want to see you get taken by this commission-based advice and some of these different things that you see out there. So, Captain Will Smith, thanks for coming in, man.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Coming up, Jared Parker, Regional Economic Consulting Group. In the house. We're going to talk economics and local development with Jared Parker coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect. We also have that podcast out there. You can hear the show on the go with our podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will be right back. Coming up, Jared Parker, Regional Economic Consulting.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.